Hey everyone, it's Ethan Ormis back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another CDL Pick'em predictions video. I'm excited for this one. It'll be a fun one, I'm sure. But yeah, we got some very fun matches coming up this weekend, which I'm very excited for and really excited to see. Of course, there's a couple teams that are going through the gauntlet this week as well, such as Toronto and Atlanta. So yeah, I'm very excited. Really quickly, I meant to showcase the stats of the standing. Sorry, from after Major 2 Week 1. Sorry. So here they are. Yeah, again, I just forgot to do it in the last video. So I'm very excited to see how this changes this week. Who knows? There is a world where Toronto goes first, or will be placed in first. New York in second. Don't really see that happening, but it's possible. I'm intrigued to see where Seattle will stay because I feel like they will kind of continue to fall, but we'll talk about that momentarily. And of course, very intrigued to see where Boston and Texas are moving as well. So with that being said, let's actually get into the predictions. I did pretty good last week. Hopefully we can do even better this week. But yeah, starting it off with Florida and New York. I think this will be a pretty easy series for New York. I could see it being a 3-0, but I'll give a map to Florida. Maybe the search. Yeah. Anyways, let's just move on. I feel like that's a pretty easy one to go over. So that's the one match from Florida this week. Onto the next match though, which is Texas versus Seattle. Of course, very intriguing to see how this one will go. Obviously, been lots of drama about Pred going to Optic. That obviously did not happen. Now Scump is retired, which is fucking insane to me. I'm intrigued to see where this match goes. I do think it'll still be an easy Texas win. Sorry, I just don't think Seattle are good right now. They had a very, very poor showing last week, getting mollywopped by by FaZe, sorry, and then losing to Vegas as well. So yeah, I'm going to bonus points this series because I feel pretty confident in that one. I'd like to think they'll be a little bit better this week, but yeah, I don't know. I think Texas just has literally like four of the most talented players. Well, no, I'll say three of the most talented players in the league for sure. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Anyways, on to the first match of Toronto and LAT's weekend. They both got double matches this week, both Friday and Saturday. So this is going to be a fun one as well. I do think Toronto is the better team. I haven't been really too impressed with what. Why is my mouse not working? What the hell is happening? Oh, why can I not click anything? Hello? I can't scroll and I can't click anything. What the hell? I mean, I can't scroll up and down the page. What the hell is happening? Hello? Are we good? Okay, we're good. That was weird. Sorry, guys. Anyways, let's continue. I do think Toronto still wins this series, but I think it's a very close one. And honestly, I think it could go either way, truly. I really do. But I just do think Toronto is the better team right now. Of course, LAT also struggled last week. They didn't have the greatest match last week, obviously going 0-2. So, yeah, I'm intrigued to see how they will continue on, because I would imagine they'll be much better this week. So, yeah, that's why I'm going to give them a 3-2 loss to Toronto, but they will look better. And then for Vegas and Boston, it's an interesting one. I still think Boston is the better team, although I could see this one being a close series. Boston has a lot of potential, but it completely depends on the consistency of their submachine gun players. And yeah, I think Prolude and TJ could really bring it to Boston, so that'll be interesting. Then moving on to London and LAT, I think I'm going to give it a 3-1 to LAT. I do think London is not a bad team. It's just Asim needs some help. He has been pretty alone so far this entire year, and he really, really needs some help. So, yeah, with that being said, we move on to probably one of the most polarizing matches of the week between Texas, and Toronto. I do think Toronto is still the better team. I could see Texas winning a map, winning 2 maps, winning the series, but I'm going to go with 3-1 for Toronto here. I just feel like that's a little bit more likely. So, yeah. Anyways, with that being said, on to the finale of Saturday. We have a very interesting series between Minnesota and Atlanta. These used to be some of the most entertaining series, of course, way back in the first year of the CDL. Go watch any Atlanta versus Minnesota series in Modern Warfare 2019. They were awesome. They were so much fun to watch. I don't really think we'll get that much fun of a series this time. I could see Minnesota ripping a map off Atlanta, maybe a search, but, well, maybe. Obviously, Minnesota's search hasn't been great. Minnesota was sick last week, so I do expect them to be better. But yeah, Atlanta, of course, absolutely destroyed Seattle last week, so we'll see what they can do this week. But yeah, with that being said, we'll move on to Sunday. London versus Vegas. I really don't know who to predict in this series. I think I would give the edge to Vegas, to be honest. I just think that they are a bit better team. I think they're definitely a more consistent team from player to player rather than the Ravens, but you never know. Anything could happen. I could see this series going both ways as well, to be fair. I'm not very confident in that series at all. I feel like last week there was a lot of series where it was just much easier to tell, but of course not really the case this week in my opinion. Then moving on to Minnesota versus the LA Gorillas. I do think it will be a Minnesota win. They looked pretty good later in the weekend last week, even though they were all very sick and playing from home. I would like to think it'll be better this time for them. I hope they're feeling better. But yeah, I do think it'll still be a very close series. The Gorillas look decent with their mostly new roster. So hopefully with a little bit more practice, that means they'll be a little bit better as well. But I am intrigued to see what this team or what this match will look like. That'll be a fun one to watch. And then for the finale of the weekend, we have Atlanta versus New York. So this is going to be a very, very interesting one, of course. I think this is actually the first time these two are actually going to meet up against each other, which is interesting. I think, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think so. So I think I'm going to give it to the Subliners in a Game 5. I'm just very confident in the Subliners. They look really great right now, of course. They are first in the league, and they won the Major 1 for a reason. So I am excited to see what that'll look like. So here we go. Here's the predictions for the week. We'll see what happens. Let's save my predictions. And yeah, we'll see what happens. As the weekend goes on, I'm excited. We've got some fun matches next week as well, but we will talk about all of those in the future. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Let me know some of your predictions for this weekend's matches, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.